Hello everybody, it's Crush coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In this video I want to talk about Termiter manipulation and control. Now we have Lissandra, she's definitely the #1 champion in the game when we're talking about Termiter manipulation. There's no other skills in the game to match what Lissandra can offer with her A3. Is a super strong skill overall. But knowing that legendary champions are pretty hard to get for most of the people, do we have an epic champion that can, in a way, to a certain extent, compete with Lissandra, help you be as a second Termiter booster, help you keep control on your enemies, help you in the dungeons with the ads as well, and most important, help you in arena to actually be able to stay on top of the enemy team. So in this video, we're gonna focus on Shatterbones. For whoever doesn't know, Shatterbones is an epic force champion from the Ogrin's tribe right here. He has a pretty unique sort of skills as well overall. Not on the same level with Lissandra, but he is pretty interesting when you're talking about skills here. So we're gonna have a look quick at the skills. We have his A1, Rend, attacks one enemy, places a 25% increased attack buff on all allies for 1 turn if this attack is critical. We have his A2, Hail, attacks all enemies 3 times, has a 75% chance to decrease the Termiter by 30%. Now, from what I've noticed so far, I might be wrong, I haven't paid like fully attention to 100%, but it seems like he is able to decrease the Termiter by 30% with every single hit. From what I've noticed so far. While we play him, we're gonna pay a closer look to it as well. So that's on a 4 turn cooldown fully booked. With masteries you can get him up to 80% chance to decrease the Termiter. We have his A3 Warcry on 5 turn cooldown fully booked, places a 15% decreased speed debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, fills the Termiter of all allies by 25%. So this again is a pretty unique skill, fills the Termiter, decreases the speed on the enemy team. And we have his aura, super good aura for arena, increases ally accuracy in arena battles by 70. So that means you could use him potentially in your team when you're going against high resistance teams. So here is more talking about Platinum Arena, high resistance teams. Of course, down to a certain extent it can help you in the lower tiers as well, but you're not gonna encounter so many high resistance teams down in the lower tiers of arena. Use him as there, then tank a lot of accuracy on him. Either you use his A3, either you use his A2, then your Madame series can come in and strip all the buffs from the enemy team in case if they have any, with this extra accuracy that you have from here. So we're gonna try him on 2 different builds. This build that we have on him right now is built for arena, so he's gonna have a pretty good amount of accuracy, pretty good speed. We're gonna try to see if he's viable as a second Termiter booster. Can he help your team overall? And then we're gonna try him on a different sort of build for dungeons, see what sort of damage he can deal, how much he can actually help you on the waves, like on the dragon, on the fire knight. We're gonna try him even on Spider 19 with some sort of team to see how good he can actually keep the control there with the Termiter and the decreased speed on the actual spiderlings. But yeah guys, total stats on him what we have at the moment: 37k HP, 3k attack, 1.6k defense, 296 speed, 38 crit rate, 162 crit damage, 405 accuracy, masteries. We have a offense tree and we have support tree. Now necessarily if you want to go for a, it's not necessarily, sorry, if you want to go for a second Termiter booster to run offense on him, you can run defense on him, but I gave him an offense, try to get a bit of damage from him as well, even though I don't have full crit rate. Now Evil Eye is super important on him. Sniper, again, how I said, is important to actually get the chance of decreasing the Termiter even higher. And then for tier 6 we have Eagle Eye, gain more accuracy, decreasing the Termiter, decreasing the speed. They all require accuracy, so that's a pretty
important
fact that you gotta keep in mind. I do have him fully booked, you probably noticed already. We have a HP gloves on him, accuracy chest piece, sorry, speed boots. We have a HP ring, crit damage amulet, and we have an accuracy banner. Now the rest of the pieces, nothing too crazy, they're just some speed, some accuracy. So let's try him against some teams like this. We have our Arbiter, we have our Shatterbones, and we should be using what? Let's go like this. Now I do have pretty good build on my Trunda, so yeah, she has alone like 90k power only. So don't get deceived by that. But how you guys saw, she had her Termiter almost full next to mine, so she wasn't that far in speed. So we can either run it in two different ways. Either we use the A3, we decrease the speed and we boost our turn meter, and then we see if my Trunda is not gonna get cut on. She's not too fast, so honestly I would expect that the enemy team will just wipe through it before my Trunda goes, because she's only like 200 speed, so definitely not perfect for arena overall. Let's see here as well. We're gonna wipe a few teams like this. We're gonna use his A2, his A3, and see exactly where we get with that. So here they don't have a second turn meter booster. So probably here will be perfectly fine to just leave them like this. I don't think they'll be ending up in getting a turn. No, they're not. That goes pretty straightforward there. Let's see if we find something that has a second turn meter booster or... Okay, so here we have a Siphi and an Arbiter. So probably here I would expect them to cut in between my champions. But what I'm gonna do here, rather than use his A3, because the chances for them to cut in is much higher, I'm actually gonna try to decrease their turn meter. We decrease the turn meter on everybody. Now we know for sure they're not gonna cut in no matter what. So now we can just nuke them, move to the next battle. I think that's pretty straightforward with it. I think the skill is pretty unique overall as well. So we have a high resistance team here. How we were talking about, they might be having like what? I might not have enough resistance to actually wipe this team off. Enough accuracy, sorry, my bad, on this Madame series. She's only 579, but she's on immunity. So this team right here is probably around 650 resistance at least. So what I could do right here, they don't have a speed lead either. I'm not sure how fast is their actual Siphi. I could run like this. Now, I don't really want to run Arbiter in here because I don't have immunity on him. I do have immunity on these two, but I'm about to swap that Madame series for a different champion here. So we're going to run a Duchess as well. We're not going to run a speed lead. Let me just quickly find the champions I want to use. We do want to have Trunda in there, and I do have my second Madame series. Let me just find her quick as well. She's only at level 59, so I don't really get confused with the champions I want to use in some of the battles. So she has pretty strong accuracy, 720. So with that aura, it's going to bring me up to 790 accuracy. So probably, even though one of these champions might have crazily high resistance, up to 700 plus, because of that aura, I will have the advantage here to actually be able to wreck them. So how we can see, they're all pretty much slower than my champions except Trunda. So Raglan here is slower than Trunda. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna actually try and hit them, or actually I'm gonna boost the turn meter. So like that, I don't have to worry about that. So we're going in like that, and they still got resisted. You see, guys, what I'm talking about? So I doubted that they have higher resistance. I think it just randomly happened to get resisted. One of them might do, but I doubted that both of them, they have like 800 plus resistance, honestly. So I'm gonna back out of the fight, lose it, and come back again and see if they get resisted again. But how I've told you, they are crazily high resistance teams in the game. So let's give it another go. I have a feeling that they just randomly got resisted there. It's not something that it will actually happen all the time. There we go. Let's see now again. Yeah, how I've told you, I wasn't expecting them to have 800 resistance with the team power they have. So they just randomly got resisted because of Madame series. That's why I really wish is another champion that actually cannot get resisted by stripping the buffs, and not just Suzerain Khatoon, because he only removes the shield. I would love to have a different sort of champion to actually do this sort of skill, but without getting resisted. Because with Madame series, it's just not guaranteed that that thing is actually gonna stand forward for you. You've seen we got resisted the first fight. Now, if I would push Platinum Arena on the reset morning and that would happen to me, would be super annoying, because I would be losing points on there, and it's not something you actually want to go through. So we're gonna try and go against the Blender team here. They are probably speed tuned better than my team is. My Trunda, how I said, she's super slow, so I would expect some of them to cut in, but I'm gonna try to actually decrease the turn meter here and see what's happening. Okay, so seems like she still has pretty much full turn meter here. We didn't decrease the turn meter on her, but yeah, it does go with every single hit 30%, so that's great. We decrease the turn meter more on her like this, so now we can just nuke them down with my Trunda. Evil Eye is a super powerful mastery as well, guys. Like, Just that little click, it can actually help you go in front of the enemy team. Don't let them actually boost their Termiter. Let's try to go against this sort of team now. We have a Yannika, a Trunda, Lissandra, which we already said #1 champion in the game for Termiter manipulation. Let's try to run them against this team. See how we're gonna deal here with them. So they pretty much have full Termiter. So honestly, it's not a big difference in between mine and their Arbiter when we're talking about speed-wise. If she's gonna boost Lissandra, how you guys can see, she has more Termiter than my Shatterbones. So I'm actually gonna use his A3 here again, and hopefully we're not gonna get any weak hits on Lissandra, and we're still gonna decrease the Termiter. We did manage to decrease the Termiter. Now again, I'm not sure if she's gonna carry on my Trunda, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the A1 there, so like this they're not gonna get a chance to do it. And like this we just wipe them off. So how you guys can see, it does do a pretty good job as a second Termiter booster. If you don't have a better option, like if you don't have a Lissandra, you can manipulate the Termiter pretty good on the enemy teams. Now if you're running a team with Seeker or with Gorgor up next to your Arbiter as a second Termiter booster, don't get me wrong, it can do an amazing job. But as long as you don't have all your team speed tuned perfectly, you have a higher chances for them to actually cut on you and make you lose the fight. So we're gonna leave him on Oro here. He's prioritizing his A2 on Oro, for whoever was wondering here. How you guys can see, they cut on me because my Trunda, how I said, is not fast enough. But we still managed to actually get the victory home from there. Now, let's go against Biggie Smalls here, just because I like his name. This will be the last fight for Arena, guys. Then I'm going to change the build on him and try him over for some dungeons. So, she has more Termiter than Arbiter there. So, let's try to decrease that Termiter. We got it down. I'm not sure if it went down on Arbiter as well or no. I hope it did. And now we can just do this. Evil Eye, super powerful as well, guys. So I'm just gonna quickly change the build and I'll be right back with the dungeons teams. Alrighty, so we're back at it. We completely changed the build on him right now. So we kept the same accessories, but total stats on him now, we have 32k HP, 4.3k attack, 1.7k defense, 206 speed, 103 crit rate, 262 crit damage, 276 accuracy. We changed the gauntlets to crit damage gauntlet, attack chest piece. We still have speed boots on him, same accessories how I said before, nothing changed. That's the weapon, the helmet, the shield. We changed the masteries on him. So we got here the support tree and offense. We still kept support. We wanted to get sniper, we wanted to get the evil eye. Again, they can be pretty helpful in dungeons as well. Now on offense we have a deadly precision, we have keen strike, heart of glory, we have a whirlwind of death, ruthless ambush, we have cycle of violence, wrath of the slain, kill streak, methodical, and as tier 6 we have a helm smasher. We already have plenty of crit damage, so 20 more crit damage is not really gonna make a huge difference in the damage we're gonna see on the screen. So first let's try him in over in the Fire Knight. I'm usually running the same team, but instead of Shatterbones I'm running Lissandra. Now I don't have a better aura, I know this aura is just for arena, but I don't have a better one to use for this team. So I have my Cold Hearts, I have my Stag Knight, and I have my Lana Keys. Now let's see how he can actually perform here on the actual waves. It does start with his A3 here as well, so nothing different, same skill prioritized like in arena as well. We're gonna see the total damage at the end. We're gonna see how he performs on the actual boss. Is he using every sort of skill? Is his AI busted? Like a lot of champions, they seem to have busted AIs when it's about dungeon bosses or any other parts in the game, like the clan boss. They're different. You know how it is, guys. It's just Plarium at its best. So let's see what we're getting from here. So far so good. I mean, it's not a crazily fast run. It's not like I'm having my Lissandra giving me Termiter, giving me increased speed, ripping the Termiter off from the enemy team. But what I'm curious is here. Is he actually gonna use every single skill? Is he only gonna use his A1? What's gonna happen here? I've done a couple of runs before, and from what I've noticed, unfortunately he wasn't really prioritizing his A3 at all here. He seems like he's just going on for his A1 over and over again. So that's his A3 there. I still haven't seen his A2 in action. Are we actually gonna get a use of it? Seems like he just doesn't want to use his A2 on here. And his A2 is actually the best part out of it, because it's triple hit decrease the Termiter, so that will be actually super good for the Fire Knight. Now I'm not sure why he's not using that on the Fire Knight, but it's pretty disappointing towards that part of the dungeon. We have Shatterbones with 600k damage, pretty much back to back with Stag Knight, not a huge difference in between their damage. I do have Stag Knight built for damage as well, so he has like pretty much the same amount of crit damage. Now let's try him for a spin in the Dragon. I'm not usually running anyone similar like that in here. We're not gonna use Draco in here. Let's try to use Stag Knight as well. Here, his weak affinity as well. Let's see how we're actually gonna deal. We don't have poisons though, so I kind of supposed to keep Draco here. I kind of missed that part. We decrease their Termiter there. We have one enemy that survived. That's fine. Giving me that attack up. It's only a 25% increase attack, but it's still something that can be noticeable. Now, we did not have defense down or anything like that, so the damage we've actually seen here is nothing too crazy. So we're gonna manual the next run. I'm gonna slightly swap the team around a bit. Take Messelia Mage out. Bring in a Draco instead, and bring Renegade as well, so we can actually decrease the cooldown of the skills. I'm not sure if my team is actually gonna survive here with 0 poisons. It's gonna be rough. We get that attack up. Not so important like on enemy max HP hitters. Not important on Seer when we're talking about their A3s, A2s, you know. But let's see how he performs. On the waves, he can definitely help you with that decreased Termiter, decreased speed, in boost Termiter on your team. Increase that attack with his A1. Even though it's not a 50% increase attack, how I said, if you have no one else to run in there and you don't really specifically use a champion for attack up in your team. Like, I'm not really running champions to give me attack up in most of my dungeon teams, but it can do a pretty good job from that point of view as well. So let's try to find quick my Renegade here. No Messelia Mage here. I'm actually gonna manual. I want to see his damage here, so I'm even gonna put it on slow. So let's see, we have all the things that we need. We don't have attack up on him though, so that's a bit of a rip-off, but we still got 18k decent. At least we stripped all the Termiter from the enemy team except Apothecary. Here he still has a bit left, so honestly he can be pretty helpful on the waves. Now I'm not necessarily talking about bosses. How you guys saw, we was a bit unfortunate that he was not using his A3 on the Fire Knight. I'm curious if he's gonna have the same issue on the Spider as well. Hopefully he's not. Attack up, of course, will boost his damage by quite a lot, but using him in here, I would not use another champion for attack up because his A1 already gives us a smaller buff on attack, so that's more than we need. Draco going on a mayhem here. Got like 3 turns. Relentless gear proc sometimes like crazy. So the next stop is gonna be in the Spider. I'm curious if he's gonna use his A2, A3 in there as well. I haven't tried him there, so that's gonna be a first for all of us here, guys. So I'm not gonna try him on stage 20, okay? That's weak affinity. The hardest stage of the Spider, honestly, I think is stage 19. So many people are actually struggling there. So let's see if we can build a team around him that can actually help you here. So I'm not gonna use my Royal Guard, not gonna use Battle Khazar, no Draco, none of those crazy champions in there. We will be using a Cold Heart though, because we do need to have some sort of support in there. We're gonna use a Stag Knight, so we have that defense down, and we should use Miscreated Monster and a HP burn, right? So it pairs pretty nice with them. So Miscreated Monster is gonna be weak affinity as well. It's not gonna perform at its best as well. I'm not sure if I have him in the vault or he's outside, but we're gonna find him right now. And HP burn, I think the only champions I have built that can actually be on point there would be my Tyrant. As soon as I find him. He's pretty slow, but let's see what's gonna happen here. Now, of course, I do have my Tyrant is pretty well built. He's built for Clan Boss. My Whole Heart is well built. My Stag Knight is well built. Miscreated Monster is well built. So let's see if he's actually using his A3 as well. So he used his A2 so far. He's using his A3. That's actually amazing to see that he can control the Spiderlings and the actual Termiter on the Spider boss with his A3. He is using it. That's definitely a big thumbs up. I think that's great. That increased attack here is nothing too important, honestly. But seeing him that he's using his A3, I'm happy about it. Because in the Fire Knight, for some reason, he's not using it. If he would use the A3 on the Fire Knight as well, will be super, super good. All the champions, they are fully booked in this team here, guys. Of course, instead of my Tyrant, for example, you can use an Ultimate Gallic. We do have a tech up from Shatterbones, so he will be placing that HP burn, because he is dependable of a tech up in order to do that. So you don't need a Tyrant in there, and will be a non-legendary team easily to crack the Spider 19 here. But honestly, I do think it's the hardest stage. Like a lot of times I'm doing takeovers, and we always finding issues on the stage 19 to actually beat it, because all the champions we have are usually weak affinity to it. So he even dealt some decent damage, 1.1 million damage, Coldheart 3.5, Stag Knight 1 million, Miscreated Monster 900k, Tyrant 1.8 million damage. We finished the run in 1 minute and 21 seconds. I think that's pretty solid. Shatterbones, I love the epic champion. It can help a lot of you guys out there. So either you're free to play, whale, low spender, whatever, it can be a great addition to your team, especially if you don't run a Lissandra. That was all for this video, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe for more content, turn on notifications to see when we upload next, and I'll see you all soon on another video. Till then, peace out.